it is good enough because we've got only 2 periods. As I recalled, when I delivered courses to the overseas students who come from Africa, usually 4 continuous periods will be given. So it's rather torturing and enduring. It's difficult to bear. Okay. Let's continue. Let's talk about the periods of all the different stages of dispute settlement. Okay? As you can see, the proceedings and the duration. Pay more attention to the words in red. Total without appeal, which means only includes consultation and panel proceedings. It's 1 year. 1 year. And the total with appeal is 1 year plus 3 months. Yeah, months. Which means how long you do a math problem, how long will the appellate body proceedings last? Is that difficult? According to these 2 figures, do a math problem. How long will the appellate body proceedings last? Without appeal, with the appeal. 1 year, 1 year plus 3 months. 3 months. Okay, good. Okay, now let's continue. The answer, the full names are here. It's here. What's this agreement called? The full name of DSU is Dispute Settlement Understanding, whose full name is Understanding on the Rules and Procedures Governing the Settlement of Disputes. The answer lies here. Okay. I'll explain another important point. What does the dispute settlement body consist of? Dispute settlement body, DSB. What does it consist of? Who constitute a DSB, its body? Do you still remember it has another name? It's called one body, 3 designations. You still remember? 一块一般人马3块牌子。One group of people, 3 designations. Designation. Good. General counsel. What else? Actually, they are one same group of people. PP, Annex 3, TPRB. Trade Policy Review Body. Trade Policy Review Body. 3 designations. One body. 3 designations. 一般人马3块牌子. So my question is, what does DSB consist of? To put it another way, what are these people in the DSB? Who are in the DSB? Who is serving in the DSB? Who's working there? Maybe you never know it. I'll tell you directly. All the WTO members. Each member will have one representative. Okay? Then, in voting, for example, there is a ruling. No, not a ruling. For example, in a particular dispute, there is a panel report. There is a panel report or AB report. There is a panel report or AB report rendered by which body? If it's a panel report, it's rendered by the panel, right? A panel of 3 judges. If it's an AB report, it's rendered by the AB. What's the relationship between AB and the DSB? Are these two one same thing? Look, the reports rendered by panel or AB are just reports. They are not ruling yet. Rulings and recommendations, rulings or recommendations can only become so after the voting of the DSB. Again, I put it again. Those reports, those 2 reports, can become rulings or recommendations only after the voting of DSB. So, is AB one same thing with DSB? Are these two one same thing? No. They are judicial bodies. It is a political body. Which type of body can vote? Vote. Of course, political body. For example, National People's Congress. So many members, they will vote, right? And in DSB, there are how many members thus far in DSB? 166 or how many? I can't remember it clearly. Maybe this one? In DSB, there are so many members, 166 members. they will vote on the reports. Then these reports can become rulings or recommendations. Is it clear? Clear? Clear. Let's move on. Here, look at it here. Look here, not look at here. Look here. Experts. What does experts mean? Yes, the professionals. I'll tell you one thing. I seldom tell it to others, except I believe them, okay? When you are learning English, try to explain English words in English. Okay? Next time, try to avoid translation. Instead, you need to paraphrase a word in English. Explain English in English. It's a fast way for you to improve your English. For example, what are experts? You can always say, those professionals who possess professional knowledge. 掌握着专业知识的专业人士，就是专家。Although it's a little bit difficult, but that's a better way to learn English. Okay. Where can I find all the explanations? In any dictionary app. Actually, there are explanations in English. Okay. Look here. What are experts? Professionals. Actually, what does this call in? What is this called in Chinese? Yes, 专家组，专家组，专家组报告，专家组。Yes, panel is 专家组。To explain panel in English. 专家组。Yes, 专家组。But this is also 专家组. It's also 专家组. But these experts, this kind of experts refers specifically to legal experts. This experts refers specifically to legal experts panel. 法律专家才能组成这个专家组，但是这个专家 we've got so many other kinds of experts, right? For example here, if one side raises scientific or other technical matters, 科学技术问题, the panel may consult experts, which means the experts will resort to other experts. The legal experts will turn to other experts in the field of for scientific or other technical matters. The panel may consult experts or appoint an expert review group. It's a group to prepare an advisory report. 咨询报告 Advisory opinion. Have you ever heard of that? In the context of ICJ. Advisory opinion. It's a kind of function of ICJ to produce advisory opinion. This is one function. The other function is to resolve a dispute, right? ICJ. This an advisory report. Look here. How many experts does a panel consist of? How many experts are there in the panel? How many? Panels consist of 3 experts, possibly 5. 也有可能是5个。It must be an odd number. Yes or no? It must be an odd number. Yeah. Three, 5, 7. Okay, in appeals, what kind of issues can be reviewed? What kind of issues can be reviewed? In appeals, the second instance of a dispute settlement. First instance, what's the first instance in WTO dispute settlement? I can say it's panel proceedings, right? Yes? Second instance is AB proceedings. Similar to that. Are you lost? Zhu Jiayi, you're lost. Panel proceedings are just like the first instance of dispute settlement. 一审. Appellate body proceedings are similar to 二审. So easy. Okay? So easy. Then, my question is, in appeals, in the second instance of dispute settlement, what kind of issues are resolved? In Chinese, 在二审中哪些问主要可以处理哪些问题 ？Yes， 法律问题 （legal issues）。What about factual issues? Can factual issues be resolved in the appellate body proceedings, second instance of proceedings? Yes or no? No. Only issues of law or issues of legal interpretation can be resolved in appellate body proceedings. Another important point is this AB. Let's come back to AB. AB is a body, right? It's an appellate body, so it's a body, 机构. AB is a body different from DSB. DSB is also a body, dispute settlement body, appellate body, two different bodies. Okay. Then my question is, how many members are there in this body? How many members? How many members are there in the panel? 3 experts, possibly 5. But how many members are there in AB? We learned that in the general course, right? How many? 1, 3, 5, or 7. Good. 7 members. But it's 7, what kind of members? Randomly selected, randomly chosen members? No. They are permanent members. Permanent. What does permanent mean? Yes. In Chinese, we can also call it, I will explain it in English, standing members. Standing. Which means they are standing instead of sitting. Standing members equals permanent members. For example, standing committee, what does that mean? Committee is a 委员会. Well, standing committee means good, very good. The standing committee of the Politburo, of the Central Committee of the CPC. What does that mean? Again, listen carefully. The standing committee of the Politburo, of the Central Committee of the CPC. Politburo 中共中央政治局常务委员会. Politburo. 对 yes, Politburo. let's come to this part. The case has been decided. What next? What's next? The rulings or recommendations will be enforced. Yes? Yes, enforced. How to enforce the rulings or recommendations? How to? If the losing party continues to break an agreement, it should offer compensation or face a suitable response that has some bite. If the losing party lost a case, it must break an agreement. In violation of a WTO agreement, it must modify its own measures or laws or regulations, or modify the measures, the administrative measures adopted by the losing party. Otherwise, the winning party will always have a right to fight back, to punish the losing party. How? Punish the losing party unilaterally? No. You can never do that all by yourself. It must obtain authorization from the DSB. Authorization from the DSB before you can retaliate against the losing party. But the losing party always has a reasonable period of time to implement the rulings or recommendations. Yes, of course. You must allow me a reasonable period of time to implement the rulings. Reasonable, a reasonable period of time to do so. What if, after the reasonable period of time, the rulings or recommendations fail to be implemented? Then the winning party will turn to DSB for authorization of retaliation. So my next question is, how to retaliate against the losing party? Retaliation. Both response with some bite, with bite, with teeth bite， 可以咬人的，会疼痛的。With some bite. Retaliation. How to retaliate? What's the sequence of retaliation? Sequence. What does sequence mean? Order. Yeah, good. Order. What's the sequence of retaliation? How can we put an elephant into a refrigerator? How many steps? 3 steps. Step 1, open the door to the refrigerator. Okay, good. Step 2, put the elephant in the refrigerator. Okay. Step 3, close the door. Okay, good. So clever you are. And there are also 3 steps. I'll give you an example, a particular example. We've got Annex 1, right? Annex 1, right? They are what kind of rules? Substantive rules. Just you remember here, I write down here. Substantive rules, procedural rules, institutional rules. Okay, Annex 1. Annex 1A is about agreements for trade in goods, right? Agreements for trade in goods. Trade in goods. 1B, GATS. Why we see agreements for trading goods? Because it also has what? GATT. And what else? 12, 13 agreements, specific agreements, right? 13 specific agreements. That's why we call it agreements for trading goods. But 1B, it's just GATS. Can you say 1A is GATT? No, right? 1A is GATT? No. Agreements for trading goods, because it also includes GATT and 13 specific agreements. 1B is GATT, yes or no? Yes. It's not agreements for trading services. No, just GATTs. 1C. Yeah, good. TRIPS. Okay, how to retaliate? I'll show you. In these 13 agreements, for example, what do we have? Give me 2 examples. ADA, what does it mean? Anti-dumping agreement. Yes, good. You're right. And what else? TFA. Trade Facilitation Agreement. 贸易便利化协定. The most concluded one, the 13th one. The 13th one. TFA. Okay, for example, the winning party wins the case in terms of ADA, while the losing party will be retaliated against, right? The first step is under the same agreements. Same agreements. Same specific agreement. To put it another way, if the case is about ADA, then you can only retaliate in the field of ADA. Okay? This is step 1. Step 2, if ADA is not enough, you can extend it to what? You can extend it to TFA. Same sector. This sector means what? Trading goods or services. Which means if the dispute is in the field of goods, ADA, right? Then also within the goods, but it can be TFA. and other agreements for trading goods. Number 3 is what? Escape this trading goods one to this one. Across sectors, we see. A little bit different from the elephant thing. Same sector means if it's goods, then in goods, okay? If it's services, then services. But cross sectors means in goods can cross to services. But step 1 is within the same agreement. Yes, same agreement. ADA, then ADA. TFA, then TFA. Retaliate. There are 3 minutes left. Okay, next week we will deal with the first case. It's the US anti-dumping and countervailing measures. Who's the team leader of the group 1, section 1, case 1? Who's the leader of the team 1? Yeah. So slow response. A very, very long reaction arc. Okay, it's okay. You're number 1, right? Team number 1. Okay, good. How many members are there? 6. Good. Exactly what I expect. There are 6 big legal issues in there. So each one is responsible for each legal issues, okay? Good. Originally, I planned to invite the students to come up, give us presentation. But later, I thought it would be a waste of time. Although you may always do it in Chinese, but I would rather explain it all by myself. Some issues are complex, complicated. Okay. Question time. What questions do you have? Do you have any questions?作业的话，半个学期的时候，第8周就要结束，就要交上来，不要拖到后面了，好吧？第8周 by the end of the 8th week, everybody will have to prepare it well. Not that difficult, okay? Okay, thank you all for coming and your attention. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.